Good evening, YouTube family. Martinez Country Home here. Today is Tuesday, the 27th, April 27th, 2021. Well, guys, what I wanted to talk about today was, there's a lot of, a lot of violence going on, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it to here, to where I live at, in my hometown of San Antonio. And the reason I'm going to talk about this today is because last night, while coming home from a job, I had a call. I was on call and I had an emergency downtown, and on my way home, it was going to be about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm coming home, and the streets were pretty empty, of course, at that hour. And there was a truck in front of me, and I don't know why. As I was going down, we're going pretty much on the stretch of road, which is literally on the way out of the city limits, basically, like where you're kind of heading out into the rural area already. You know what I'm saying? You're leaving the inner city behind, and so I'm traveling, and I'm traveling down, and the truck all of a sudden kind of like slowed down. I saw its brake lights, kind of light up where the guy was slowing down, and I kind of caught up to it, and I got up right beside it, and the guy hit the brakes. Basically, he slowed down to where he was in behind me, and then he started blinking his bright lights, and I'm like, oh man, it's already been a pretty weird night, getting called almost at 1 a.m, for a call for some break-in or whatever, and I gotta go downtown, and the call I responded to was a break-in, and I had to change the residence lock or whatever, but so the guy's acting really crazy, right? And it's like, wow, man, I can't believe this guy's messing with me, whatever. And I passed him up, I don't got time for this, man, I just want to get home. And I passed him up, and then I slowed down, and he caught up to me again, and this time he lowered his window, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna shoot me right through the window or whatever. But and I sped up again, and we were like that until finally he turned around, going back the other way. And it just got me to thinking, guys, the whole, there's a lot of violence that doesn't make it to the regular news, believe it or not. Most of the time, I used to think that the media was just selling too much like crimes, right? That's all you see in the local news, all these domestic violence and crashes and stuff like that. But believe it or not, guys, there is a lot more going on than what you think. Again, at least in my city, and to me, it's because of the times that we're in. The times are so crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, it feels like it. Honestly, it feels like we're on our own. You know what I'm saying? To me, we're in the middle of a collapse. It's a collapse in slow motion. For some people, the collapse has already happened. They're living through some hard times. The shit has hit the fan for them, and for others, they're hanging on. They're trying to make it, and but I've seen a lot of. You hear about a lot of domestic violence, a lot of random acts of violence, car wrecks, on the way home, on the way to work, and on the way home. I see people driving very erratic on the roads, speeding and weaving in and out of traffic, people road raging. And one thing, I ain't gonna lie, guys, drivers piss me off. But I've learned that, you know what, right now people are they're likely to shoot you. You know what I'm saying? There's people that, even though they might be in the wrong, you know they might crash into you, or follow you and shoot you or whatever. You just never know. And there's a lot of violence going on that we don't even see on the in the media. But it's funny because there is a Facebook page, believe it or not, that's called Sky News SA. And these stories basically are just people that are driving by and they see stuff and they catch it with their phone. It's basically a citizen journalist, you know what I mean? And you see fires, you see people pulled over, just weird stuff, you know what I mean? There's a lot more going on than what's shown in the media, in other words. And I thought really that the media, that's all they like to sell, was like drama. But there's a lot of stuff that they're not showing. And my point, guys, is that we really have to be careful. We really always have to be aware of our surroundings and have situational awareness. We have to always know what's going on, who's walking beside us, who's we just have to know what's going on, guys. I'm not making this video to spread fear or be dramatic or nothing, but it just, I've seen so many things that like that lady, they broke into her apartment and they were in there, and this is what she has, that Ring app, whatever. I mean, it was on camera and they still went in there. And you have a lot of people coming in through these borders that are wide open, guys. And I'm not talking about, they're not just people from like in the southern border. It's not just people from the country that's right below us. It's not just them. There's people from Central America. There's people from South America. There's Somalians. There's Chinese. There's people from the Middle East. There's all kinds of people that are coming through the borders, guys. And they're not even documented. They don't have no name. There's no identification. It's like they're basically, they don't exist. You know what I'm saying? And again, to me, these are just signs of the chaos that's going on, the collapse. You know what I'm saying? I used to always, when I think of a collapse or a shit hits a fan scenario, I think of it like a Mad Max type of thing, where it's Armageddon and the cities are on fire, and it's every man for himself. But honestly, guys, what we're seeing right now, to be more realistic, I think this is really how it looks. We're not in like some country like Somalia, where it's always been lawless, and or like some of those cities in Mexico where the cartels run everything or whatever. I think that what we're seeing here is a more realistic look, a more realistic view of how it looks like when a country is going down. Random acts of violence, you got to be careful. People just, they don't even attack you to rob you. They're just attacking you to attack you. People are getting kidnapped, child trafficking, all these things, guys. You have to be aware. You have to be aware of who belongs in your neighborhood, who lives there, what vehicles park. Like for y'all that live in the inner city or in the regular suburban areas, I'm sure that without y'all even thinking about it, who lives in your neighborhood. When there's a strange car, or when a car has turned down the street and you can tell that they're like maybe casing the neighborhood, because They went down this street, but really they could have gone down another street, and to get where they're going. You know what I'm saying? It's just little clues that tell you what people are up to. Down where I live, in the neighborhood where I live at, it's pretty rural. I mean, the houses are spread out, not too much, but the lots are bigger, and you get to know real quick. Like, I've been there a little over, actually this month is 4 years that I've been down there, and you get to know who lives in that neighborhood, the vehicles that pass by, and the way that my house is in the street, you can tell that cars are just like looking around. Just the way the street's set up, you can tell that when cars are when they're just up to no good. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a certain way, if you're gonna get from one point to another, the way our streets are set up, I know that they could have gone another way. I know that they came the way they're coming because they're casing the houses, or they're just, you know what I'm saying, they're up to no good. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to tell y'all to be careful. I'll always be looking around, always know where your kids are. Teach your kids to stick with you, don't get too far. Always be aware, always know what's going on. Even grown men, adults, hey man, anybody can get kidnapped, anybody can get abducted, especially in these days, guys, where there's organ harvesting and just human trafficking. It's not just women and children, guys. So y'all always gotta be on the ball, always gotta be looking, always gotta be know what's around you. And again, in case I kind of got off track there, but this Sky News, it shows a lot of people, like I said, citizen journalists, and they're filming stuff that's going on, and you would not even know that happened. When you look at, if you pick one day and you look at all the things that these people caught on camera in one day, when you look at it and you step back and you look at all these things all together, it's pretty weird. It's pretty it gives you an idea that we're not, it's just crazy times, guys. I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. It's mind-boggling that you got all these things going on, and then you got the health crisis, the engineered health crisis or whatever, and then the cure that they're trying to push on people. It's just crazy. I kind of felt compelled to make this video and talk about that, because like what happened last night, it was like, it was just very strange that that happened. But I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a dark stretch of highway, and it's in the middle of the night, in the worst hour that you can be out there. So I wasn't surprised, but at the same time it was like kind of surreal, but y'all just gotta be ready, guys. Every day is something new. Every day is an extra day that y'all have to prepare. So don't pass it up, guys. Don't waste it. Train yourself to always be looking around. Train yourself, like when you see strangers, look them in the eye. Don't avert your face, because you're letting them know that you see them, that you've marked them and you've identified them. So it's just, it's psychological, guys. Try to blend in. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that, and just let y'all know what happened. And I'm sure y'all see it. There's chaos everywhere. There's there's homeless people. There's people coming across the borders, and they're just dropping them off. A little town that's near us, Lavernia, somebody I know was telling me that there was the people started. They have like their own little alert system, their own little where the neighbors call each other, and when there's trouble or whatever. And a neighbor reported that a white van had just dropped off a bunch of basically illegal aliens, and they just dropped them off and they all scattered. And this is a rural town, the town of Lavernia. And so you're seeing that everywhere. You're seeing people walking around. You're just seeing people, they're not documented. They don't know. You don't know who they are. Nobody knows who they are. They have no name. There's no record of them. So just be careful, guys. We're living in some really weird times, and we're living in unprecedented times. So anyway, y'all just be careful out there, guys. And like I tell you always, don't stop prepping. All right, y'all just keep stocking up and don't stop. So anyway, guys, y'all have a blessed day out there. Y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.